Yes, how's it going? I had another thing. I had to have a backup to something because since I am alone and I am in the e-world alone, so when I speak, the more people that know, I can be in big trouble because if money falls to no value and money is everything, the only one talking about money is not me. I'm not even thinking about it. But because of the way I think, maybe people will be nicer and they won't want to kill, so you won't have war, so then the war won't happen, so you won't have the men to drive the tanks, so then you won't be able to kill anybody and spend the money on the war, and the people are starving. But who cares about that? What I'm caring about is this. How do I shut off myself? How do I shut off myself? Well, I thought like this. If I was the perfect boy, or the man, or the grandfather, at one point it changes. We all have to have an automatic force shut off switch for safety. So I figured if it does work like that, in order for it to work perfect, if somebody comes and asks me how come I know everything I know, and they force me, my brain will shut down, and the only answer I'll tell them is I don't know, or I'm not sure, because I wouldn't be sure, because if the angel shuts me down, that's his decision, not mine. Whatever you say to me cannot reopen it. It's not of my choice. It doesn't work that way. Either he opens the door to let you in, or you kick it down and they take you away. So therefore, the automatic switch, when he sees the man in the e-world or the email, you are in the room, you are cornered, therefore he makes you to look like a dummy. And you go on the lie detector test, and you'll feel like a dummy. You'll even show up like you're a dummy. He controls the major switch. He gives you the electric, which gives you the electric shock or thought to think. That's why man has a chance to think, because the power is running. Power aid, the power of man, the angel. So once somebody asks you or forces you, talk, tell me this and why and how come, or if somebody asks me to help me save the world or steal, I can't do any of these things. We're not programmed to do anything outside of the natural programmation, which impairs or pairs up that you hurt no one in your path. Thus, if anything does go that you will hurt someone in your path, any intelligence that you do have will shut down, and you won't know how to do it anymore. You'll be blocked. You'll say the project is no longer good because you can't finish this. Because what you're shut down to the part of evolution, which is how much of the door is open before you peek out, or somebody is open all the way to let them in. That is how much knowledge man will have. Because you know what? The man is a dangerous thing. He's got the whole world in his hands, and it's a big wide world, and the angel is very small, but he is very wise. In all surprise, he's just like a dot to everybody else. Like in the Jewish, they call it a dagesh. He is the dagger, you are the guess, dagesh. And if I spell it out to you, it would be the D that points up, the A of the angel, the G of the God, the E of the E-man, of the snake of the heavens, Dagesh. Oh, how do you think I know? I looked at the letters. It sounds like that, and that's what it sounds like, and sometimes sounds. Man can put a picture to a sound. How do you put a picture to a sound? You hear it with the ears and not with the eyes. You put a picture to it. The blind man can't see. What are you talking about? We all have four directions to help us, for the guide. So you know, if we all put the pressure in one corner, we can probably peek out a little hole somewhere else in our brain that doesn't have an eye, which would be the third eye, that opens up only to get you out of the danger. The D of the danger, because once you're pointing up with the D of the angel, of the end of the connection of the man, of the G of the God of the Gur, and the E, man, and the R, for the roads they traveled together. As the angel traveled one road, the man traveled the other. They met at the point for a break. They went around the circle, came back to the same point. And at this point, they were friends. They decided which part of the R they wanted to go down, which leg. That's how it works. Each letter of every word of every situation has a different situation, but the same reaction. So some things change of verbs and additives of an add to it. or an adverb, or go towards a finding out. Expression is in the word, the way our teachers taught us. The only teacher I knew that stuck out was Madame Shem, taught chemicals, a woman of very much strength. Shem Tov, Tov, Mazel Tov, Madame Shem Tov. I didn't like her for one reason, but I knew she was like one of the better of most of the people, so I know she's blessed. But the whole problem is she's not Jewish. But she's still a Shem Tov. Who cares? Who cares? She wished for something else. She got the cat, lick. She got the cat, the H in the center, which is the heaven, and she got licked. She got beat, taking something that was second. Because to listen to the word, you have to hear the first word. Because it is the first word that starts with U and ends up to be I, which is the dot, which everything goes around that makes up the clock. And since we have the 9 lives of the man of 4, 9 by 4 is 36, so we have on the roulette wheel 36 numbers, and the 0 and a 00 for the 2 men who tried to tell everybody else. And all the aces are those men still here on this planet right now. Thank you. Transmission coming from station number 1300, extension 8PT, angel position, pointing down, following the crossroads, places the man who speaks in this position, and that is my address. So please do not come here to address me. I have nothing to say to anybody but talking to myself. Facing this computer looks like I'm just talking to the wall. So when you're in the corner and talking to yourself because you're all alone, that's what I'm doing. The same as you did when you were a bad boy and hid in the corner. Well, I've been bad according to everybody, so I just talk to myself. Luckily, I got a camera to see what I'm doing. That's my reflection, so I am too, and I can recall it so I can see everything that went on to judge me a second time, to have a second judgment in life, or a third judgment in life. Sometimes 4 judges are better. Thank you.